Hey, today I'm talking about 3 Korean comedy films, all featuring Park Bo-young. And the names of those 3 movies are Scandal Makers, Hot Young Bloods, and You Call It Passion. First up is Scandal Makers. This is a 2008 film, and the basic premise is pretty dang unique. There is this popular talk radio host guy who is encouraging this young mother to connect with her father, whom she has never met before. As fate would have it, the popular radio host guy, even though he is young himself, is actually the father to this woman and grandfather to this child. To explain that, he's in his late 30s, she's in her early 20s, the kid's like 5 years old. She's the result of the first time he had sex when he was a young teenager, I think like 14, and then she had her kid at around 16. So that's how he's a grandpa before 40. And it's a cute, fun little movie. I will say that the grandpa is a minor celebrity, and like he loves all of the minor celebrity stuff. Like he is very arrogant and full of himself and just a giant asshole. And so like his character arc is learning how to care for other people and stop being such a prick, that sort of thing. And like it was definitely grating at the beginning, but because he was softening, it stopped being grating pretty quickly. And it really just became like a very delightful watch. The whole film reminded me of those mid-2000s family films, like the remake of Cheaper by the Dozen, that sort of vibe of just like, it's just cute, fun family hijinks. These people just learning how to be in each other's lives and it not going well at first, but over time it getting better. But then third act drama has to happen. And I will say that they did do a good job of transitioning to it because they really set up what it was going to be pretty early on, but it didn't feel like, okay, come on, hurry up and get to the thing, but being more distracted by like the funness of everything, so not really caring that I know where it's gonna go. I will say like the very, very end of the movie had some really dumb drama that was so unnecessary. Like I get what they were going for, but it didn't work. It didn't really affect the film because it was like so close to the end, but it was just like a weird misstep in an otherwise pretty dang solid film. So yeah, no, I would still definitely recommend it. It's a good, fun, cute little time with a really unique, interesting premise. I'm kind of surprised there isn't like an American remake of this yet. So yeah, if you want just a nice, fun, family, wholesome little film, yeah, no, definitely check this one out. Even though it does have a couple little missteps, it's still definitely worth checking out. Next up is Hot Young Bloods. This is a 2014 film, and the basic premise is in rural Korea in the 1980s, there's a bunch of horny high school kids who have this complicated love triangle. And it's fine. I definitely liked aspects of it, but it definitely came off more slice of life. Like it's not a true slice of life film because like there is the love triangle stuff. It does kind of feel like it's going somewhere, but on the whole, it definitely feels directionless and it's not really clear where stuff is going. And I think part of that is that I don't feel like the love triangle stuff was the most fully baked. That like there's a boy who's at the center of it, and they explained why the main woman, played by Park Bo-young, why she's interested in him. That makes a lot of sense, but they didn't really explain why he wasn't reciprocating that and why he was so obsessed with this other woman, other than just like, oh, he's kind of a playboy, which really isn't much of a reason. And like they kind of briefly touched on why a different boy likes Park Bo-young, but also they didn't really do a whole lot with it. Like I guess there was some fighting stuff, but like the fighting stuff kind of was more predicated by other things. Just like a rivalry already existed between those two boys prior to any sort of romantic stuff happening. And it kind of did feel a little random that like now she was suddenly acting on her feelings versus the motivation for it was from an event years prior. So like why now really? I mean, they do say, but I don't feel like that's a good enough reason. It's like, oh, there's a new kid in town and that's why she's getting jealous. But like he's been a playboy for years. Why are you now getting jealous? I don't really get it. And then on top of that, it's sort of a comedy, but also sort of a drama. And I feel like it really needed to pick a lane there. Cause like it does get to some kind of violent, dark places, but then it's also trying to be light and fun and silly and stuff. And I'm like, it's not exactly vibing the best. That all being said, I did not have a bad time with this movie. I still liked it. It was fine. It was definitely middle of the road though. So would I recommend it? If it looks really interesting, sure, go for it. Just go in with tepid expectations, but it's okay if this is one that you don't check out. So yeah, no, it's an okay little film that I would only kind of sort of recommend. And lastly is You Call It Passion. This is a 2015 film, and god, okay. So much of this movie is just men in power yelling at small women. And hot damn did I not find that funny or entertaining or interesting. It just was not a good time whenever they did that. And like, it's supposed to be funny. This is a comedy film at its core, but it was grating to say the least. The basic premise is this young woman got an internship at a newspaper in the entertainment section, which is like the most cutthroat section of the newspaper. So she's trying to prove herself in this dying industry. So when she wasn't around her boss, it was more tolerable. I definitely did not laugh a lot with this movie. I did get one big laugh out of me when a character intentionally ran their foot over. That was funny. On the whole though, it was just kind of okay. I think it should have just been more so a drama, because that's kind of what it was just going for. There's so much talk about like the moral implications of what they're doing, reporting on celebrity gossip stuff, sexual assault, blackmail, all that jazz. Like, that's pretty dark stuff for a comedy. Not saying that you can't necessarily talk about that in a comedy, it's just a tightrope walk that I don't think they really nailed. It's definitely trying to be a mixture of The Devil Wears Prada meets All the President's Men / Spotlight, and it never reaches the heights of any of those films. Like, it's just kind of too silly to really appreciate any of the dramatic moments, and there's just way too much men yelling at women. No, I don't like that. So yeah, no, I didn't dislike this movie, but it definitely wasn't a liked either. It's a good solid meh. So would I recommend this movie? No, not really. It's not bad, but like, I don't think it's worthwhile. Alrighty, now for today's rankings. First up, we got Scandal Maker, sitting number 117 in the Quite Like section. And then after that is Hot Young Blood, sitting at number 138 in the Liked section. And then bringing up the rear, rightfully so, is You Call It Passion, sitting at number 192 in the Meh section. And this is out of a total of 234 old movies so far this year.